Morning, evening, afternoon, everybody out there on YouTube, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, I hope you're doing exceptionally well. What you're about to see here is a VOD review that I've done of my own gameplay from today. Actually, it was a loss from today, and there was a lot to learn. I've already watched through it once, but I want to share with you my process that I go through with every one of these. Before we get started, though, do me a favor, hit the like button. It's totally free, helps the video out a ton. Make sure you watch all the way through to the end. Some of you may not know that, but that's very helpful. And of course, subscribe. Turn on notifications. You know that you've been on YouTube before. You know what you're supposed to do. Just do the things. All right, now as we get straight into this here, what I am noticing right off the bat is my positioning. I'm going to be telling you, spoiler alert, it's kind of rough the whole game. Now, this isn't terrible positioning. I have high ground. I have some visibility. But here I get super tunnel visioned on trying to heal my diva. And then I completely just realize, oh crap, I am in a really bad spot. And now I'm on low ground for some reason. I dropped down when I totally could have seen the ram coming out, and I could have jumped right back up to gain the high ground. Now, I'm looking at my diva, not a bad thing, but one of the things that I'm noticing already is that I'm tunnel visioning. When I'm doing damage, I'm doing damage. Let's just not talk about this aim. I finally got her healed. That's good. But I'm tunnel visioning super heavily, super heavily. So we did end up capping the point, obviously, already, which we saw, but it could have been so much less ugly. I got a Pharah with a pocket Mercy over here, and it's one of those things that I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, but fortunately our Widow helped secure that Pharah elimination. That helped a lot. Okay, this was just, I remember this. This was just very unfortunate. Now, I end up wasting both of my cooldowns instead of just, now what I could have done, let's back this up a little bit, and let's see if I can remember how to get to a, I forget how to do this. There's a free cam. What is, there we go. Goodness gracious, you can tell I've done this before, right? So instead of trying to continually jump here, what I should have done is take this path backwards and maybe come up on top of this little rock I'm looking at right here. I would be out of his area, then I could jump up if I really needed to. But I was just, again, so focused on trying to get up here, which is not a bad position to be in. But with this ability that Ram has thrown on the ground, I mean, it made the whole idea moot, to be honest with you. So we come back here, watch that painfully again, because I know I'm not the only one crying watching the fact that I just wasted both my cooldowns. We've still managed to hang on to points somehow. Our diva does a diva bomb. Now this is one of those, not a bad position. I actually have a pretty good view of everything here, except the two heroes that are still up from the enemy team. But now I've got two of my heroes from my team over here in this area that I can't really see unless they jump into this spot right in here. Got my diva over here. Fortunately, she's got our Moira. So it's not the worst possible thing, but it's definitely not the best either. I am looking for the good healing here. Getting some damage in. Okay, there's a Pharah above me. Now, okay. I'm going to back this up a little bit. I don't know if you guys caught what I just did horribly wrong. Wait for it. I'm thinking, okay. Now I'm wondering, did that actually help our... I don't think it helped the... Why am I blanking? Tracer at all. But let's see. If we back it up, let's see what we can do here. So you'll see me. I see. Okay. Jump down. Okay, actually, wait, that wasn't Tracer at all. Am I an idiot? That was our Widow. Was Tracer even over here? Oh, no, I'm just a bot. Okay. So yeah, that shift actually does seem to have helped. So while it did seem like a waste the first time I watched through it, from this point of view, it actually does make a little bit more sense and it worked. However, yeah, I still end up dying because I ended up using it, so, which is a bummer. We end up seeing that our Widow goes. Now our soldier, or that's their soldier, excuse me. Our Moira and Tracer are running back. And our diva is just trying to get that far out of the sky. It's an interesting situation. Let's come back to my POV here, skip forward a little ways. Now, right here, I don't know why I stay. I know exactly what happens here. I won't spoil it for you, but it's not good. I get up here, and I'm kind of overextended at this point. Like, a lot overextended. I got a Pharah that is... I panicked and used both of my... I don't know why I did that. Well, I know why I panicked. Now, here, why am I not turning around? There's no hope for this Moira. This is a nanoed and ulted Ramatra, and I could have turned around and helped my diva, but instead I stand here and this Pharah gets up in my business, and now I realize I'm probably not gonna outrun the Pharah, So I tried just to contest, and the ROM comes in, you know, cleans things up a little bit. It's not good. All right, now we're back in the fight. I heard a soldier ult, so I popped that. I'm actually going to back that up a little bit here. All right, soldier ult goes off. I realized that it's very possible Moira is the target, so I went ahead and threw my immort at her. We now lose our Reaper. They lost their Mercy, which really should be a really good pick for us. Now this was just, I really don't know why I windowed that, but I end up dying. Like, let's back that up a little bit. Let's look. So I'm coming down here. I'm like, okay, everybody's not doing well. Now, where I should have stayed is right where I'm at. I should have gone right back up there and windowed here. But instead, I come around here and go, oh, crap. Oh, they're coming. Oh, shoot. I'm going to die. And, yeah, I mean, I absolutely do. I almost got away, but I did not. Now, our Widow ended up cleaning up the Ramatra, which is great, but I shouldn't have to die for every one of our kills as a team. And so far, that's been pretty well consistently the case. Ult banks are looking good on both sides, actually. Pretty relatively equal, except that they have one ready. Other than that, like, the overall balance of the percentages looks good. This wasn't a bad play at all. That was kind of a weird... If I had thrown it over to the left, it would make more sense. But I didn't have that to try and save me from the Pharah ult, which I absolutely could have saved myself with that, if that had happened. We get Coalescence out there. And then as we come in through here... We can see that the Doomfist goes into our backline. Soldier trying to clean things up as well. Moira is trying so hard to just live. Our Moira actually played very well. I could not imagine being her in this. It was just rough. She had a rough start. Now, we're actually not in a bad spot here because our Reaper has ult. Comes in, drops ult, cleans up that soldier really fast, and I'm here now. But that was pretty much all I did, was just kind of keep him up. That was literally all we did. So let's move on to the next round. So we're looking at a win here. I mean, obviously, there's no way that we lose this, right? Wrong. This Pharah and I do not get along very well. The D.Va keeps trying to contest her. That wasn't a bad use of shift there. It kept our Reaper up. But the problem is now I've got a D.Va that's on me, and I can't do much about it. One of the things, I mean, those were just some killer shots, no pun intended, but like those were incredible shots from the, I wanted to see that from her POV. So she's what, 5? Let's back it up. So this is from the Pharah's POV where she kills me here in just a second. I'm trying to get my immortality field. I mean, she just cleaned house. Good for her. I can't be mad at that. Now I'm dead, which is not great. Skip in. Okay. This Pharah, what you will see is like the bane of my existence. And if you look at my team's composition, we are not built to counter a Pharah, with the exception of me. I can kind of counter a Pharah in the sense that I am hit scan. Moira can't, Zarya can't, Reaper can't. Kai, which is our Echo, really couldn't. Like, I mean, you can sort of, but you're not hit scan. Like that, hitting flyers when you're not a hit scan is very difficult to do when you're projectile based. It's not impossible. I've seen some really great non-hit scan players just dominate, but just a half second too late on that immort, and I should have been backing off towards spawn. This would have saved me from dying here. However, at least I got their Pharah out of the sky in the meantime. But the D.Va ended up booping me, and that was rough. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was literally just kicking myself. I knew I shouldn't have been there. Okay, tunnel vision here again. Tunnel visioned. Not bad, not bad. I got a little bit of a change up. Now, I mean, our Zarya just got melted there. But back that up. I want you guys to watch that one more time. Now, it's because she went into this fight. She had half HP. She just got pummeled coming around that corner there. We got their enemy D.Va up top here. Okay, they've got point control back. They've been doing very well holding control of the point. Reaper just walking around here. I don't know what he's doing. But then, okay, this right here, I should have moved on. I keep firing shots into the D.Va for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I should have allowed our Moira and Zarya to take care of her, because they can both get through the defense matrix, as I understand it anyway, because it's not projectiles at all. All right, but I end up cleaning up the Echo. We end up taking back point. Now, again, not bad. Now we got they had a really big lead that we need to come back from. But this is absolutely winnable at this point. I have ult. Our Moira has Coalescence. Reaper has his ult. We only used 2 ults recently. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we have a winnable game here. Now, Wintun dives, as, you know, Wintuns do what Wintuns do, you know? So, Wind-ton dives. I panic a little bit, but we're good. So I just wasn't expecting a wind-ton dive. Now, again, we're looking at our team composition. I'm going, man, what can I do against this flying stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta get her out. I get the Reaper, just a nice little brat, and he's gone. Now their echo was over my crap. You could see her fly right over to me like, I am going to kill you. It's like, no, you are not, because my team is great. Not the worst situation to be in because I can back straight out, but the problem is I don't have any cover really. I'm walking in the middle. Look at this, middle of, what am I doing? Go lean up against the buildings to the left there. I don't understand that one. I can tell you overall this game, it just feels like I have no focus. Like I'm not dialed in. I'm either too dialed in where I'm like tunnel visioned, or I'm not dialed in at all. But generally speaking, I'm lacking a strong amount of focus. Okay, we were able to stop their Reaper from their ult. He used it for about 2 seconds and then just died because of it. Now, we have 95% of point here. There's absolutely no reason. And then he primaled. Now, I just stayed on him for some reason instead of looking at the squishies. This was a good play. I should have probably pursued that a little more. The Moira was just dead. I mean, he had selected her. Now, I come down here. I do not know why I was so adamant about trying to stay here and fight. I don't know. I could not tell you. There was no reason that I stay there and win that fight. I should have backed off, tried to get a little bit of a regroup, maybe get some poke damage. I'm not sure that I could have recovered that at that point super well on my own, but I might have been able to stagger it long enough to where my team could have gotten there. And our Reaper just dives the point, just completely W keys, and I don't know why. Zarya is up, and then Zarya dies here. We have our Moira who has popped Coalescence, so I'm hoping that between our two ults we might be able to do something here. And then that just didn't work out. Did not work out. Moira gets killed, they stagger for a little bit in, but what happened was our team started staggering. Instead of moving as a cohesive unit, we then ended up literally one by one dying and staggering onto the point. And that is what lost us that round. Now, there's plenty of things I could have done better, but I would say in general, my lack of focus on the game in general is the problem. It's not any one thing. I don't feel like. I think overall my mechanics feel okay. I don't think there's any. Now look at this. Look, this one, I remember this. I'm literally staring. What am I doing? My Ramatra dies because of it, because I'm just trying so hard to save this Mei, who just refused to get inside of LOS. Now we end up trying to back off. Our Ashe dies, and this whole team just pushes back and kills me. Because I wasn't looking at multiple places. I was so caught up trying to help that Mei. I ended up dying. Kind of like Spider-Man when he tried to help out Aunt May. I mean, I just made a lot of you crying, and I don't regret it. All right, I need to focus. So we have a really weird immortality field usage there. I think this monkey was just pissed at me at this point, to be honest with you. That was just a weird push. I have no idea why he would have done that otherwise. I wasn't that low. He was very low. Now again, get this Mercy out of the sky. Great, right? We get the Mercy. Now, at this point, they're down their tank. They're down Mercy. They have Reaper. They have their Echo. And they have their Kiri somewhere. I think she's right beside me, actually. Now, again, what in the heck happens here? I get chased by the Kiri and the Echo. I kind of keep them baited for a minute. Mercy comes and pockets me, which is good. I would have died otherwise. Now here. Whoops. Here. My mistake was that I didn't go out this door right here. Where I'm looking is where I should have gone. When here in a second, she gets the diva. Wasn't expecting that. I get booped. I knew it was coming, so I tried to get out. But instead of going out the way that she couldn't have booped me off the edge, I went out the only way that she can still boop me off the edge. That death, 100% preventable. I should have been paying more attention and thinking things through. Again, that's what I'm noticing. It's a consistent issue where I'm just not thinking things through. This window was questionable at first, but it actually kind of worked out where I ended up keeping our Mercy up. We end up capping the point. Now, I need to be backing off at this point. I do not need to be staying because I recognize that my team is getting absolutely melted. My team gets melted. I'm still here. I don't know why I'm still here. Like, I needed to leave. I'm grateful that we got the point and everything, but I die here. I guarantee it, as I recall anyway. Yeah. Mercy and I trying to pocket. I tried to jump on point. This was suicidal. Why did I do that? That should have been leave. Hopefully, the Mercy then would have shot herself over towards me, but that did not happen. Yeah, I should have been looking at our Mercy a lot quicker. I like that, like, rapid succession there. Our Mei, I have no idea what she's thinking. She is on her own. She ulted. Let's back up to when she ults. Okay, we need to look at her POV. This is her POV. And then she comes out of ice, recognizes, I assume she's gonna die, and just decides to throw it. And I'm like, I mean, okay. You know, they have 87% of point from her POV. That may have been the better decision. I do not think it was at all. I think that was one of the worst decisions. I do think that could have helped us out on the point when our D.Va pushed here. If she hadn't been so deep and on her own. Now, again, here's D.Va. And I realize we have 96% to point. I can't probably get there in time, and I'm going to try and just barely don't make it. Overall, like I said, I really feel like I was just lacking in focus. Not necessarily like the opposite of tunnel visioning, but because I wasn't focused on the game in general, I tunnel visioned on healing particular allies or damaging particular enemies. Instead of looking at the situation going, okay, am I actually on the right target here, or could I change priorities? This is something I've been working on over the last couple of weeks, and for some reason I'm struggling with the target priority shift. I feel like my positioning has gotten way better, which is something that I've been working on quite a bit for the same length of time. If you're curious about how far I've come, you're going to want to watch this video right here because it'll give you a little bit of an idea of just how far I've come playing Baptiste.